This week on Love 225, we're taking it all the way back, taking it way back as we recap some of our favorite moments this year, including the artists who bring so much color and culture right here to the 225. We're gonna have a throwback episode and recap some of our very favorites. Plus, the Red Stick is home to so many greasy spoons. We're revisiting some of the ones who have visited us and that we've stopped by to grab a bite to eat. Which ones were the best this year? We'll let you know right here on Love 225 and dance like no one's watching. Don't I always? We're always finding our groove here on Love 225. We'll take a look back at some of our favorite moments here on the show, including those musical two-steps from 2023. As always, if you don't love Baton Rouge, it's because you don't know Baton Rouge. And if you don't know Baton Rouge, you're about to. I'm Brandy B. Harris. This is Love 225. Well, hey, y'all, we have been on one wild ride this year, this very first year of Love 225, from food to color and culture to music and so much more. We have been having such a blast introducing you to cool, fun, interesting, happening things all around the capital area. But none of our adventures have been as wild or as high-flying as that Magnolia Ridge Adventure Park in Ethel, Louisiana. You may want to zip on over there, take a look at this fun. Okay, well, I think I'm strapped up. Do I look safe enough? Do I look like I'm ready?
You look fantastic.
Okay, so tell me, what do you all do here at Magnolia Ridge Adventure Park?
So we have a lot of different things that we do here. So we offer two different lines, our high element and our obstacle course, or low element. Overall, we are responsible for going through checking the lines. We get to participate with our wonderful guests. We take everybody through our pretty cool obstacle course. We've got a few different things, tight ropes, rolling logs, and then you'll also get to go through bridges on our high element and multiple lines.
So what's like the fan favorite? When people come, what's the part that they're most excited about?
I think it's line 8. So our final line, it's actually the longest line in Louisiana. It's about 850 feet, or about a 40-second ride, and you get to go over the Comite River. So when you come and the water's a little high, it's nice to ride right over the river.
And I'm not trying to scare our production crew, but how high up is that line?
I believe that line is close to about 50 to 60 feet.
Okay, and so tell me, when people come here, when kids come here, like what are they like looking forward to? Are they just excited to put on all this gear?
Oh, the kids definitely love the gear, but they also enjoy our obstacle course. So in our obstacle course, we have a few different things that are designed for kids to be able to move through and within. So they really enjoy going through the tight ropes, the netting, checking out our cool little obstacle course. They just really enjoy going through that ninja course.
What's your favorite part? Like, were you ever afraid? Is this something that you like breezing through like a professional, or what?
Oh, I'm definitely still terrified. But that's just because I have a natural fear of heights. I've been working here to try and cope with that. But I think that my favorite part is also line 8. I just really enjoy it. It's one of the ones that you don't have to constantly focus on braking. You get to ride out for a pretty long time before you need to brake, and it is beautiful scenery. I think that people should come out here not only to add to some fun tours in the area, bring in some spice, but also to get to experience some really awesome lines. And I mean, the longest line in Louisiana. You're not gonna get this inside of smaller buildings or indoor zip lining. And you also get to interact with nature. I mean, you get to see all the animals out here. We see deer on our zip line sometimes. And actually when we walk up, we like to show guests the tracks of the animals. So you get to be a part of nature while you're out here enjoying this really cool activity.
I love that. So tell me this, what's been like the craziest reaction you've had from families or people when they come here?
So we definitely have had some people that have gotten stove up. Sometimes I've had kids who are so terrified that we have to kind of attach them to us and take them through the zip line. So I think that's one of the larger things that we'll experience, but I think the craziest one I've had is someone getting stuck in the middle of the line. That is a fun time. So people will brake too early, they'll accidentally slide out a little bit, and us tour guides go out, we'll hook to you, and we'll pull you back in. So upper body strength is very important when you're a tour guide out here.
So it's literally always an adventure at Magnolia Ridge Adventure Park.
Absolutely, always an adventure.
Okay, let me get I think we're ready. I think we're gonna go hit the zip line, yes?
Do it.
All right, we're gonna try it. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna go. Let's go. This was so much fun. Fellas, thank y'all so much for taking us on the zip line course at Magnolia Ridge Adventure Park. Well, to plan your visit to Magnolia Ridge, you can visit their website, magnoliaridgepark.com. And if you do zip down their line, be sure to tell them that Love 225 sent you. And shout out to our production team for climbing up and zipping down with us despite the fear. And I don't know if you paid attention, but that screech from our photographer, Wes Ennis, will never be forgotten by the Love 225 team. What a memory we have from this year. Well, when we return, we've got much more Love 225. We're talking color and culture as we revisit some of the artists that we've introduced you to this year, whether it's charcoal, cypress carved art, or upside down. Baton Rouge creatives have some amazing work that you need to see. Plus, we've got a lot of food to talk about. We'll visit with Tevin Wade and see what he's doing in Scotlandville. We've got so much more coming up on Love 225. Color and culture, huge parts of what we do here at Love 225. And this year, we've introduced you to several artists who are pushing our culture forward. You may remember this guy right here, yeah, Mr. Watson, or you may remember this guy right here, Tamarick with his charcoal painting. So we've covered a lot, y'all, from charcoal painting to Point Coupee Parish's natural resources and the cypress tree art that's made up there with Mr. Watson, or this guy, Mr. Mike Weary. Now, Mike has a very unique and special talent. He doesn't paint right side up. In this previously unreleased piece, Mike tells us about how he takes his art from his mind to the canvas.
I'm Mike Weary, and I'm an artist. I create something out of nothing. I have the privilege of waking up every day and just diving deep into my own mind and creating what I feel. And I'm thankful for it, for sure. And it, moves people, hopefully. My art comes from probably the rawest, deepest parts of me. I find that that's what resonates with others and tackle some of my inner conflicts, inner demons, inner passions, even loves. And when I can't speak it or say it in words, or there's not a song just perfect enough to listen to kind of help me get through it. My style, I call it Dorian Gothic. I take a lot of figures and I kind of distort them into different colors that kind of set a mood. I'm very message-based. All of my paintings have, a deeper message behind them, like most paintings, but I try to make that the forefront of the painting. What you see is not necessarily just what it is on its face. No pun intended. I paint a lot of faces and portraits, and I try to bring that emotion out of the human gaze most of the time. When someone looks at my art, I want them to reflect on what they're seeing versus how they feel inside themselves. And that's why I pull from those deeper, more raw places, because I feel that's what people connect on, and that's how we grow. If anybody wants more information about me, you can go to MikeWearyArt.com or at Mike Weary on Instagram, at Mike Weary on Facebook, at Mike Weary on every platform, pretty much. Mike Weary is the tag.
All right, Mike, in the Red Stick Greasy Spoon segment, we have introduced you to a number of places and people who have some delicious meals, including the Cupcake Junkie with all her sweets. We've also gone meatless with meals like tacos or crab cakes from Nikki over at Veganish Vibes. We also have taken some good sips of some delicious Louisiana-made rum at the family-owned Oxbow Rum Distillery in downtown Baton Rouge. But one of our overall favorites is the work being done to bring a breath of fresh air to the historic Scotlandville community. And it's more than just food. Entrepreneur Tevin Wade is bringing back the blocks of his neighborhood, one building at a time. Love 225, we're taking a road trip. We're up in Scotlandville on Scotland Ave, visiting this beautiful new building, home of Southern Coffee and Lighthouse Pizzeria and Bar. We had the opportunity to talk to the owner of this building, Mr. Tevin Wade. Let's go inside and check it out.
We wanted to be intentional about the developments that we're doing inside the urban core communities. And when you look across America, our communities are the first to be gentrified that's near HBCU campuses. The struggle was real growing up, so I just really wanted to give back to the community that I'm from and be intentional with even moving back to the community by practicing what we preach.
Describe to me what this building looked like when you were a kid. What do you remember of it?
A lot of times we forget is what the community was before, I was here, and it was a thriving community, a thriving Black community. With Southern University sitting here, it's only right for us to revitalize it and make sure that we can control what happens in this community. community.
And you were telling me earlier that you had moved away for a little while, but then the flood of 2016 kind of brought you back for work, right?
I'm a person, I never believed in 401k as for my retirement because how I want to live and retire. So I just always would buy lots. Like with my extra money, I would just buy lots because I said a lot, you can't pull the money out of it easy, and dirt always increase in value.
So like, what's your big long-term vision?
To not only revitalize Scotlandville, but to revitalize urban core communities and their HBCUs around the country. Most of these HBCUs around the country, they deal with the same problem, a lack of access to food, transportation, and entertainment around the areas that the schools are housed in. But for Scotlandville, my long-term goal is to see other business owners actually take the initiative to move into this community and thrive from it. Our city plans look for a lot of these areas to be suburban, but we've moved away from a suburban culture. People like to ride bikes, people like to walk, people like the grocery stores to be near. So that's why all of our focuses are try to do mixed-use development or have a commercial strip right by where we develop housing.
So tell me, what's going to be the next step in your entrepreneurial businesses, or like in your, in your ventures?
Get the community together, and when I say the community, I'm talking about small business owners, not just in this neighborhood, but in other neighborhoods as well that want to be a part of this growth. I feel like we've gotten far, but it's so much farther that we have to go.
Well, since the last time we visited Tevin, he tells me he's made some changes to the menu over at Lighthouse Pizza and can't wait to get another taste because it's some delicious pizza. He's also steps closer to opening student housing in the Scotlandville area to service the Southern University students. So we'll check in with him again come 2024. Well, still to come here on Love 225, we're returning to the runway, honey, as we revisit Love My Reality fashions and the looks, the Louisiana looks that she brought to New York City's Fashion Week. Plus, these hats are more than just stylish, and the ladies behind them are making them with quite the purpose. That and more when we return right here on Love 225. To the nines. Earlier this year, we introduced you to Love My Reality Boutique, a locally owned boutique and fashion brand. Owner and designer Crystal Lewis is a proud veteran. She served our country, y'all, and now she's serving our wardrobe. She brought her Baton Rouge fashions to New York City's Fashion Week back in September, but not before stopping by Love 225 first to give us the official sneak peek of her work. And I say it all the time, who run the world? Girls. And this year, we met three ladies who are doing some very special work with a very special purpose. Three Magnolias & Co. was by far one of my favorite stories this year, and it's because of their why. Let's take a look back.
Quick story for you. Three ladies go from colleagues to friends to sisters and now co-business owners. Three Magnolias & Co. has a very special story to share about how their hat business came to be, and introducing the brilliant, beautiful minds behind Three Magnolias & Co., Blake Dantin, Becky Greer, and Casey Mapes. Ladies, thank y'all so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for this wonderful display. I mean, obviously, you're selling hats.
Right.
You got your wonderful hats on. I absolutely love this story. So I'm gonna start with you, Blake. First, tell me, what exactly is Three Magnolias?
So Three Magnolias is a traveling hat bar that really started as a hobby, and we create hats that are customizable to you. You pick the band, the style, the brand, anything. So it's really what you want in your hat.
And you've got so many different options to choose from. We got actual brands here. I don't think I've ever even seen a brand that small in real life. So tell me, it's a very special story. And immediately when I talked to Blake, I was blown away by the story of how this came to be. And Becky, this is really all kind of surrounded by you.
Yeah, diagnosed with breast cancer a second time in March. My friends wanted to do something for me, because I'm going to lose my hair. So they started looking at things with DIY hats, and there was nothing around us, so they set it up.
And it's not just the hats. It's the fact that y'all were colleagues. You ladies all work in healthcare. Y'all are all nurses. You work full-time jobs. So when your colleague was going through a tough situation, she had the fight of her life, y'all all kind of came together to make this happen. And because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I think that makes it even more special. So Becky, what did you feel from them doing this and then it blossoming so much as it has?
Oh my God, just a lot of love. A lot of love. You know, I just think as friends, I mean, you have to fall back on your friends at this time. You know, I mean, diagnosed with breast cancer, any kind of cancer, I mean, someone's going to tell you the worst part is the mental part, and you need this. You know, you really need this whenever you're going through that.
And y'all are booked and busy. Like, you don't have time to take a break because y'all are busy with this hat business. Talk to me about all the places y'all have been and how y'all put this show on the road.
So it started out as a few hat parties, you know, doing it for some local friends, and then the word got out, and so we started booking some parties, and then we did some events like Canton, Mississippi, the craft show over there. We have several events coming up. We're going to be at Rumie's Merry Market at Southeastern, and then we're going to be at Lamar Dixon. So we're pretty booked. It's blown up way quicker than we anticipated.
Way quicker. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm not going to put you to work, but I'm going to put you to work, Casey. She's going to make me a hat. They already let me pick out a hat and some of my little features on it. So I'm going to come back to you, Blake. What would be your message to people about your hat company, Three Magnolias, which I love the name. Quintessentially Louisiana. Oh, wait, hold on, back up. She has a torch over here. I don't know if y'all can see that. So she's gonna make this hat super custom, which I really appreciate. So no hat is like any other. What would be your message to people if they've never seen Three Magnolias before?
Just create something that is unique to you. No one else is going to have this hat, and just make sure your personality comes through in what you wear, and something that you feel comfortable in and feel confident in.
And Becky, of course, like I said, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Everybody knows somebody who has been affected by the disease, and this is your second time fighting that good fight. First, big salute to you. Big salute to you. You are super strong. What would be your message to people about Three Magnolias or even about your own story?
I kind of think it's a lot about friendship. You know, I mean, each of the hat parties we go to, you always have a friend there, and it's just, my takeaway is just do something you love. Do something to get your mind off from what you're going through too.
Yeah, be present in the moment, and this just keeps you creative and present, right? Keeps you here.
That's it. Live for today.
I love that.
Anything.
Folks, you need to get on the books quickly because these ladies stay booked and busy. So we love it. Thank y'all so much for joining us. I'm going to share all of my beautiful pictures from my brand new custom hat on the Love 225 Instagram and Facebook. Thank y'all so much.
Ladies, big salute to you for the work you're doing to honor and support your friend Becky. And Becky, you got this, babe. It's very, very inspirational. Truly, y'all are all an inspiration. You can find more about them on their website, Instagram, and Facebook pages. Always Three Magnolias & Co. Now, when we return, we got to revisit how we cut up on Love 225, right? We're catching the groove, hitting a two-step, or whatever you want to call it, when we return right here on Love 225. We have had lots of music on Love 225, from the producer who created our very own theme song. Shout out to you, AL Blue, to those lending their musical voices. We have cut up a lot this year so far on Love 225. Many interesting, colorful guests. We've also taught a few things like learning these moves, putting the smackdown on professional wrestlers. Yeah, take a look at it. I'm so proud of that. It was a lot of fun. But also, we've had rappers coming through, dropping bars like Plaquemines' own Lorik Bosley. We've also done a lot of moving, a lot of grooving, including dancing, like with Subtweet Sean and his viral dance that you may or may not have seen across college football this entire season. But one of my very favorites is the WAP, WAP, WAP. Let's take a look back at how Travis Shropshire started it. Am I struggling to learn it? Let's watch.
At homecoming, at Southern University's homecoming, the Southern University Human Jukebox brought you out to do the WAP WAP dance challenge with them. I think this is the coolest thing ever. What was your reaction to watching the video back, to being asked to do this with them? What was your reaction to that?
It was amazing. It was amazing. You know, I marched in the band when I was at Southern University. So, you know, when you get out of an organization like that, you're begging to go back, whether it's marching with alumni or doing something like that. So to be called back to actually do something I love to do and create it, that was an amazing moment for me. That was a very amazing moment for me.
Wow.
That's the greatness about it. Everybody can literally add their own flavor, pizzazz, whatever you want to call it, whatever kind of WAP you want to add to it, because nobody's the same. So nobody's gonna look like me doing it. Nobody's gonna look like you doing it. Everybody can wop their own special way.
Okay.
So you know, but for me personally, you know what I'm saying? I like for people to see me when I'm hitting it. You know what I'm saying? Cause I want them to know like, I'm feeling it. You know, so I'm a get low. My knees might scrape the ground.
Come on.
I done toe shoes up doing it.
I don't know if I got knees like that, Travis.
But that's why for the people with the knees that's questionable,
Okay.
you just chill.
Okay, so
Just
if you like
chill.
me and you got questionable
Yeah.
knees,
You know, you
we
just
doing a
walk.
nice, classy
The
walk.
nice, classy,
Keeping
yeah.
it clean.
That's it.
Hey, hey. Okay,
Boom,
so are we ready
boom.
to add some music to this?
Let's add the music.
Okay.
Add the music.
I'm not nervous
We're
now.
gonna keep it regular. You know,
Okay.
we just gonna boom.
Maybe if we're feeling it, I can add a little dip.
Yeah, I mean,
hey.
you know, add the dip.
Okay,
Add your
okay,
dip.
okay. All
Add
right,
your dip.
let's play the music. Let's play the music.
So much fun. So much fun. We got a little bit more for you. We call it Lagniappe. Stick around. More of Love 225 after the break. What an amazing first year it has been here at Love 225. But before we close it out, huge shout out to all of our guests and all of the people who have contributed to this show. Our producer, Phoenix Plum, our technical director, Landon Hansen, our floor director, Melvin Davis, executive producer, Leah Marchand, and our contributing photographers, Wes Ennis and Scott Cardinale. Mwah! I love y'all. Y'all have been the best. It has been so great sharing these stories with you, and we can't wait for year 2. So until next time, we love you, 225.